Okay, so while at first glance it might not seem like this is organized all the best, uh, what I could best describe it as is like, when you have like a really messy room or really messy workshop and there's stuff everywhere and it doesn't seem like there's any kind of rhyme or reason, but you know exactly where everything is. It's kind of what I got going on here. Uh, Roughly, though, the stuff here along the top are mostly boxes that are too tall to fit anywhere else. So I've got most of my truck models that are up here and some bigger Mung boxes, a bunch of sci-fi, mostly Star Trek stuff here along the top. With the exception of this bay here, because these boxes, especially the Revell Germany boosting, wouldn't fit anywhere else. They wouldn't fit up top, so I had to kind of make a bay here by itself. Mostly what happened is this is the result of unpacking the entirety of my model collection into these shelves when I bought them, and pretty much it was just whatever gets unpacked, it started over here and worked its way around. But what I have gone and done is I have an inventory system set up. So each of these bays has a label, and so that's 1 through 32. These wire shelves here were kind of the annex when I ran out of the nice black shelves over here, and all the way down to bay 32 here on the floor. Unfortunately, this is the stairwell to go upstairs, so it gets kind of chilly right here by this corner this time of year. And then the only other distinction here is in bay 28 down here in the corner. So these are the models that my dad had in his collection when he passed. So I've kind of separated them out from the rest of my inventory, and they kind of sit by themselves when someday I might feel up to building some of them or finishing, because a lot of these are started. But so uh, let's go through and I'll show you how it is that I find things that I am looking for. Alright, so when it comes to keeping track of what I have in my inventory, I use ScaleMates. A lot of you folks may be familiar with this website. I am an active contributor and I try to make it as accurate as possible. So when you have an account with ScaleMates and you log in, this is the page that you will see on a desktop, or in this case a laptop. Anyway, not a phone or a tablet is kind of what I'm getting at. So if we go over here into the stash, then you can see this is everything that I have in my inventory that I've added into ScaleMates. So let's say, for example, that I want to find in my Chevelles, I type it over in here, and this is going to show me all of the Chevelle kits that I have in my stack. Now, it's going to say here that I found 21 results, but that's just I have 21 different kits of Chevelles. As we go down through here, you'll see some of them I have multiples. So what we're going to be looking for is the Revell 1968 Chevelle. So this is the new tool from a couple of years ago. So if I click here on the little plus sign, this is going to show me a bunch more information. So it tells me that I have 2 in my stash. I have the option to put what state they are in. In this case, they're both unstarted because I haven't done anything with them. So if I go here and I click on storage, it tells me, I have gone through my entire collection and I've populated these fields so that it tells me that I have one in bay 7. And then if I go look at the other one, it's in bay 29. Now, I know exactly where those bays are So let's go take a look and try to find them. Okay, so now we shall go over to Bay 7, which is this one down here. 6 is the one that's up at the top, Bay 7. And this is the entire reason why I have this system set up this way, because things are double stacked. So in order to find specifically what it is that I'm looking for, I got to start moving things around here. And nope, it's not there. And let's take a look in behind this stack. On that, I think it might actually be behind this one. And oh, I was wrong. Look at that. There it is right there. Oh, things tend to go flying in this kind of a scenario. Okay. So I pull this stack out. I'll just set that over here. And there we go. I have one of the 1969 Revell Chevy Chevelles. So what about the other things, you may ask, that I would have for needing to do the modeling? Now, a lot of this stuff is kind of packed away at the moment, but so this here is my lovely paint storage that was graciously donated by John over at Can-Am Garage. So this is an old thread display case or storage cabinet from years and years and years ago that he used for many, many years, and he had outgrown its usefulness, so he passed it on to me. So in this top drawer here, I have jars from Tamiya and Mr. Hobby, and then I also have a bunch of scale finishes paints in the back there. And then in this drawer, I have more scale finishes at the back, a whole bunch of Vallejo acrylics here. These are some old Testers Aztec paints. I don't even know if these are actually still available anymore, but I got a whole bunch of them that I was using when Dad and I were starting to try to get into airbrushing. And then the next drawer here, it's kind of miscellaneous. I got my Revell Chrome, couple of splash paints, more scale finishes, random. I got this on clearance because of the color. So this is Proto paint. I don't know what it is, but it's Canadian Pacific Bright Red, which is great for building or for painting a container that I want to do at some point to have as a load on a trailer. So we got my Tamiya bottles that I try to keep track of what's glue and what isn't. So I got some panel liners, glue, Mark Fit, more accent colors, and starting of Tamiya sprays, which are now, forbidden in Canada. In this drawer I have more Tamiya sprays, Unicorn Tears, Tamiya Unicorn Tears, Revell. This is the clear cement for, doing windows and building canopies and stuff, I think. And I got some Revell acrylic colors. And then this bottom drawer is pretty much all just sprays. So I have Tamiya sprays, I have some Revell, not Revell, that's Revell. This is Testers. Camo colors, the one-shots, some really old stock. These are the ones that haven't oozed out, so that's why they're in here. And I got, some random storage bottles for if I get to decanting some paint and stuff like that. So now over here at the actual workbench, a little peek behind the curtains with my computer that I'm doing for this video and for editing some others. It's really clean now because, like I said, I'm getting everything kind of packed up, starting to. So I got an extra lamp, my paper towel dispenser, a bottle of resin, video from my video Model Cars and Coffee. This is the last one that I did. Light bar, TV for watching other YouTubers while I'm working. And I have this little organizer here with all of my files and brushes and knives and a random screwdriver that, if anybody knows what that brand is for, let me know and you'll know. If you know, you know. You know? Just some random other bits and bobs, spoons for doing testing paint colors, alcohol for cleaning up some 3D printed parts, just some other random stuff. This is the knife for opening up bottle boxes. Don't use your good cutting blades for that. You want to use a knife like that. I got a ruler for doing scale and a whole bunch of files from sanding files from different companies. I don't know what that one's from, but I got the good old Infinity ones, flex file. Speed square for doing large things and, things with wood that I tend to do from now and again. I have a whole assortment of clamps and measuring tapes and various other sundry things. And then one last little bit that I will show you. This is in the next room over from the hobby room, and I won't really zoom much out of this frame because the whole rest of it is kind of a disaster. But this is my Anycubic Mono X2 printer, and then the wash and cure station. Right now it is filled with 95% or 99%. Anyway, it's filled with alcohol for the ABS-like resin that I use. So yeah, that's the little 3D print station. Alright folks, so that's a little tour of this final version of the Spruce Studios here. I want to thank you all for stopping by, and go ahead and, do the things. Do the liking and the subscribing and the commenting and all that stuff, and let me know what you think about this. If you like it, you can comment. If you don't, well, you don't have to say anything. You can just, carry on as if you're normal. Alright, thanks for stopping by. See you around next time.